The summer is here and we want to be everywhere. I know many of you like to travel and I am right there with you. So today, I want to unlock your mind to the idea that your income doesn't have to be chained to a desk, a city, or even a country. Welcome to Rooted and Rising, where we focus on becoming whole through the mind, body, and spirit together. My name is Lamisa. First thing first, you have stuff. You want stuff, so what can you leverage that already exists? Most people think making money while traveling means grinding on your laptop in a cafe somewhere. And yeah, that can be part of it, but there's a whole other category of travel income that people sleep on. That's using existing assets, even yours or someone else's, to cut your costs and sometimes even generate income. Here's the thing, lowering your expenses is functionally the same as earning more money. If you're normally spending $2,000 a month on rent and accommodations and you drop that to a zero, you just gave yourself a $2,000 raise. So let's talk about how people are actually doing this. First up, house sitting. House sitting is when homeowners who are going on a vacation or a work trip don't want to leave their home empty. Maybe they have pets that need care. Maybe they just want someone to water the plants and the place looks lived in. Whatever the reason, they're looking for a responsible person to stay in their home, usually rent-free, in exchange for looking after the place. And before you say, that sounds too good to be true, it's not. There are hundreds of thousands of people doing this right now, all over the world. The biggest platform to know are trusted house sitters, house carers, and nomaders. Trusted house sitters is probably the most well known. You pay an annual membership fee around $100 to $150 depending on the plan, and then you can apply to as many sits as you want. The sits themselves, free. You're not paying rent, and unless you're watching pets, you're not getting paid either. It's more of an exchange. Here's what makes a great house sitter profile. Clear, friendly photos of yourself, references from past neighbors, employers, or pet owners you've helped, a personalized application message, any pet care experience. If you've ever owned a dog or cat sat for a friend, mention it. I'm mentioning it. Well, I dog sat for 5 months for my daughter, and I'm telling you, that was the best time of my life. She made me get up in the morning. She made me walk. I had to feed her. I mean, it was just like caring for a baby all over again. But it was wonderful because I really got to get in the groove of things. And then when I returned her back to her mom, I fell off again. So please help me. And here's the insider tip most people miss. Don't just look for sits in famous cities. The competition is brutal in Paris or New York. You'll get way more responses. And honestly, some of these stays are even more beautiful. House sitting can realistically eliminate your accommodation costs for months at a time. Some people have done an entire year of travel across Europe, Southeast Asia, and paid close to zero in rent. Zero. Tip 2. Rent your own home or space. Okay, so house sitting helps you when you're at someone else's place. But what about your place back home? If you own or even rent a home or an apartment, this is low-hanging fruit. Listing your space on Airbnb or Vrbo while you travel is one of the most straightforward ways to fund your trips. A lot of people don't do this because it feels complicated or they're worried about their stuff. But here's how experienced travelers handle it. First, put valuables in a locked closet or storage unit. Second, hire a local property manager, a co-host, to handle check-ins, cleanings, and any issues. Yes, they usually take 15 to 25%, but You're getting passive income while sitting on a beach somewhere. Worth it. Third, time it strategically. If you know you're traveling for 6 weeks, list your place for that exact window. You don't have to commit to being an Airbnb host forever. Average nightly rates vary wildly by location, but in a mid-sized U.S. city, even a modest one-bedroom can bring you in $80 to $150 a night. 6 weeks of consistent bookings. That can cover your entire trip. Tip 3. If you own an RV, camper van, or even just a car that someone can sleep in, platforms like Outdoorsy and RV Share let you rent that out when you're not using it. Think of it like Airbnb for a vehicle. Camper vans can rent from $150 to $350 a night in a popular travel season. If your van sits in a driveway for 3 weeks while you're out traveling, that's potentially $3,000 to $7,000 in rental income sitting untouched. Even a regular car on Turo can bring in $40 to $80 a day. It's not a fortune, but it helps offset trip costs without any real effort on your part. The theme here is simple. The assets in your life don't have to sit idle while you travel. Put them to work. So now, here's how you work your skills. You learn how to make your assets work for you. Now here's how you work for you, on your terms for the destination of your choice. The remote work revolution has genuinely changed what's possible. So let's get specific. Let's start with the most direct path. Freelancing. If you have a marketable skill, writing, graphic design, web development, video editing, social media management, bookkeeping, virtual assistance, translation, voiceover work, you can sell that skill to clients online from anywhere. The platforms most people start with are Upwork, Fiverr, Toptail, LinkedIn. The people who actually get work are hyper specific. Don't say I'm a writer. Say I write email sequence for SaaS companies that convert trial users to paying customers. The more narrow your niche, the easier it is for the right client to find you. Another thing, build a portfolio before you need one. Do a couple of projects for free or heavily discounted for small businesses or nonprofits. Get testimonials. By the time you're ready to travel, you'll have proof you can do the work. Teaching English online remains one of the most accessible income streams for native speakers, and you don't always need a teaching degree. Platforms like VIP Kid, italki, Preply, and Cambly connects you with students around the world who want to practice conversational English. Cambly, for example, lets you hop on and start a call whenever you want. There's no setup schedule. You just log in when you have time. Cambly pays around $10 to $12 an hour, while more structured platforms like Preply can pay $20 to $30 depending on your reviews and experience. Here's what I want you to think about. If you know how to do anything well, guitar, yoga, cooking, drawing portraits, coding in Python, you can teach it online. School is great for teaching creative classes to kids. Skillshare and Udemy let you pre-record courses and earn royalties. Maven is rising fast for cohort-based courses where you teach live to small groups and can charge premium prices. The passive income potential of a pre-recorded course is real. You put in the work once and it can sell for years. Sometimes the most powerful answer is almost the most obvious one. Get a fully remote job. I know. You're thinking, well, if I had a remote job, I wouldn't be listening to this podcast. But hear me out. The landscape has changed dramatically. The number of companies hiring for fully remote positions have exploded, and not just in tech, marketing, customer success, HR, finance, operations, recruiting, project management. These are all roles being filled remotely every single day. Where to look? We Work Remotely, remote.co, Flex Jobs, LinkedIn, Angel List, Well Found. The key thing to negotiate before you leave for travel or when applying to a new role, be upfront about your desires to work from different locations. Some companies are fine with this. Others have restrictions based on tax laws or time zone requirements. Know this before you book a flight. Also, if you're currently employed thinking about traveling, it's worth simply asking your manager about a remote arrangement. The worst thing they could say is no. Many people are surprised by yes. Okay, I want to be honest with you about this one. Building a content business takes time. Most people who are earning full-time income from your YouTube, Instagram, or blog have been at it for years. It is not generally a quick path, but here's why it's still worth mentioning. Even a modest following can generate income. And if you're already traveling, you're sitting on content. You're living the niche. The platforms to know: YouTube, Instagram and TikTok, a blog or newsletter, Substack. The realistic starting strategy: don't try to do everything. Pick one platform. Document what you're already doing, the places you're going, the tactics you're using, the lessons you're learning. Be consistent for at least 6 months before judging your results. And use affiliate links from day one, even if you have 200 followers. If someone buys something through your link, you earn a commission. Trust house sitters, travel insurance companies, booking platforms. They all have affiliate programs. Finally, let's talk about something a little more boots on the ground: local gig work and odd jobs. This isn't glamorous, but it's real. If you're staying somewhere for a month or more, there are other opportunities to earn locally and in countries where a low cost of living, even small amounts of local income go a long way. In countries with a low cost of living, even small amounts of local income go a long way. A few options: work exchange / volunteering with perks. Use platforms like Workaway and Worldpackers. Connect travelers with hosts who need help in exchange for accommodations. Work holiday visa. If you're under 30 or 35 in some countries, many countries offer working holiday visas. For more information, look in the article below. Task-based gig apps. Depending on the country, apps like TaskRabbit, Airtaskers, or local equivalents let you pick up random tasks like moving help, handyman work, or delivery. The through line in all of this: none of this requires you to be exceptional. They require you to start, to be consistent, and to combine strategies. The traveler who does a house sit in Portugal while freelance writing projects and earning Airbnb income from their apartment back home. That's not a unicorn. That's just someone who stacked a few of these ideas together. Remember, it's always an option to work with your assets, work your skills, or both. If you got value from this episode, I'll love it if you share it with one person who's been thinking about traveling more, but thinks they can't afford it. Send them this episode. It might change something for them. And hey, if you're already doing all of these things, I want to hear about it. Find me on Substack or Facebook. Type in Lamisa Wellness Collective, or anywhere you get your podcasts, type in Rooted and Rising and drop me a message. Your story might end up featured in a featured episode. Until next time, keep moving, keep earning, and remember, the world is the office. See you next time on Rooted and Rising.